Do you believe wholeheartedly that Jay's your father?
I really do.
You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test.
Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
If you got $10 million, you go, listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm gonna take care of you. Nobody's gonna say no.
Chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline. It's like all of this just by accident.
I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just wanted to...
Now that Jay-Z was just served in the most clumsy manner imaginable, 50 Cent is having a field day. Jay-Z has until July 18th to reply to a judge's recent decision that Rymir Carter's paternity case can proceed. Yes, things are becoming more serious. The worst part is that 50 is allegedly covering Rymir's legal bills and even including him in his next documentary, which delves further into Diddy and Jay-Z. It's going to blow up quickly, and 50 is obviously enjoying every moment of the mayhem.
I wasn't in the ad because of, look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori was, he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
Furthermore, this is not merely an issue of paternity. There are credible claims that Jay-Z dated a 16-year-old girl in 1992. As the years pass, her 32-year-old purported son enters the public eye and demands explanations. This is not merely disorganized. It is profound. Jay-Z might have to face a portion of his past that he has been avoiding for decades if what Rymir is alleging proves to be accurate. Numerous things could be appended by this case because of the timing, the strain, and the attention.
She met Jay-Z and had intercourse with him. How old was she?
I would say I think she was about 16, 17, or 16, just turning 16 or 17. I know it was one of them.
And Jay-Z was what age?
I wouldn't happen to know. I think he was in his 20s?
I read 22.
Oh, yeah.
I think I read 22, but he was in his 20s.
Yes, I wouldn't happen to know his age, but 22, I'm pretty sure if they put that out there, then... I really try not to get frustrated, you know, basically. I really try not to think about it, I go on with my life, because, anything could happen, but, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, I still gotta work and bring an income for me, I can't sit around, I gotta get up off my feet and do something, I can't wait on the world. Like, I can't say, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out, because, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, trying to find out things, they so negative to put.
This is made even more bizarre by rumors that Beyoncé has been obstructing the case from the start and is doing everything in her power to conceal Jay-Z's private affairs.
This thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay, about regarding saying Rymir needs to go away little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there. with the song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property.
It's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, this collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims and we did nothing wrong. We did nothing wrong but come in here, tell you guys the truth, put our life on the line, come to every court case and give you 100% plus of us, and basically we just got stepped over.
However, with 50 Cent stirring things up and a judge finally taking this seriously, chaos is on the horizon. People are talking about how this case could destroy everything Jay-Z has worked so hard to achieve over the years. We are discussing his well-maintained public persona, his well-publicized union with Beyoncé, and even his multi-billion-dollar business endeavors. Who is Rymir Carter then? And why has this paternity dispute been dragging on for more than a decade? First off, contrary to popular belief, he is Rymir Satterthwaite, not Carter. Furthermore, this is not a last-minute money grab. Since he was just 19, Rymir has been fighting to establish that Jay-Z is his father. Thus, he has dedicated almost half of his life to exposing the truth and gaining the recognition he has been longing for.
And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like,
It is said that Jay-Z first met his mother, Wanda, when she was still a minor. She said that she became pregnant as a result of their brief connection. However, Jay-Z totally ignored her when she attempted to get in touch with him to inform him about the kid. There was stillness, no calls, no answers. Years later, Rymir is an adult, and he isn't going to let this go.
I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it Jay-Z, and I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years. And
Lily Colley, Rymir's godmother, claims that it wasn't always a fight. She says that at first, Jay-Z's crew genuinely expressed interest in managing the matter in private. Given that Rymir was a young musician with genuine skill, there were even discussions about perhaps signing him to Jay-Z's label. They appeared to be on the verge of a settlement without the necessity for legal proceedings or public spectacle. The energy suddenly changed, though. The tone shifted dramatically when new attorneys took over. Immediately, what appeared to be a route to peace became a legal nightmare. It turned into denial, silence, and obstacles rather than offers and cooperation. It was obvious that something or someone had stopped trying to put things right.
Any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, because I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over.
What then caused them to abruptly change? Well, it probably raised concerns once they knew the full extent of what this case could reveal. If Jay-Z had a relationship with a 16-year-old, there could be major legal repercussions. Thus, this was no longer just a paternity issue. Even worse, Federal accusations regarding the transportation of a minor carry significant legal weight if he were to actually transport her across state lines from Philadelphia to Brooklyn. This is perhaps why his legal team quickly changed course and began handling the issue as though it were a serious emergency. They have been working hard to suppress it, postpone it, or discredit it completely for more than 10 years. Because if this is ever completely realized, it has the potential to destroy Jay-Z's legacy as a whole, not simply his reputation.
Rymir Satterwhite, Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
Oh man, the detail.
That's how Rymir Satterwhite made it into this world. Take the test, nigga. That's fine. We'll give you don't know Diddy. Take the test. You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test. Do something. You've been dead beating it your whole life.
To be clear, we are talking about a 32-year-old man who has been asserting that Jay-Z is his biological father for years. A signed statement outlining the alleged events between Jay and his mother, who is now deceased, was left behind. Finally, after years of legal back and forth and stalling, a court has determined that it is time to put an end to the games and move forward with this lawsuit. Even worse, 50 Cent is allegedly paying for the legal battle because he wants to watch Jay-Z falter under duress, not out of altruism.
Squirm. What makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, you know, I don't want to see him go down for something that you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
Nobody's talking about the fact that he is currently suing his first biological son to quiet him and put a gag order on him. Why would he be doing that? I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Rymir's mother was a minor when she conceived Rymir with Mr. Carter, who was a grown adult. What kind of family man is that? You don't want anyone to know, you or your wife, don't want anyone to know who your actual biological children are, because most of them were created with minors while you were an adult. He's been in court with this young man for the past decade, fighting taking a DNA test. If he's not your kid, take the DNA test. Simple. The young man is not your son. Why have you spent so much money trying not to take a DNA test? Take the DNA test if he ain't your kid. You such a proud family, man. While you fight back the truth about your firstborn biological son, because you don't want nobody to know that his mama was barely 15 when you made her a mother and you were a grown man. I'm here.
Yeah.
Him and Blue Ivy got the same.
The timing couldn't be more detrimental for Jay-Z, and things are rapidly getting out of hand. Given that Diddy is already the subject of intense examination, attention is turning to other significant hip-hop performers. Anybody in that close circle is now being viewed with suspicion. Additionally, rumors are beginning to circulate that some of the information connected to Diddy's probe may possibly have surprising connections to Jay-Z. If that connection turns out to be genuine, this case may develop from a personal legal dispute into a far more significant storm that reveals far more than anyone could have predicted.
New lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like that had to be there.
We getting tighter, you know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you this year. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What was interesting was that Jay-Z's camp basically put out a statement saying that Jay and Puff are not friends and they're not close at all or whatever else. Did you see the two of them interact a lot?
I seen them interact, but I wouldn't say they was close. I believe Puff felt they was close.
Oh.
But if you was a person on the outside looking in, like me and Uncle Paulie used to always talk about it, me and D-Rock and stuff like, yo, why Puff kind of like sucking Jay off so much? You know what I'm saying? Because you be like, we done flew to 5 or 6, 7 different concerts that Jay-Z has. But Jay-Z is not at one of Puff's shows. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rock brunch where Puff will break his neck to get to the brunch, but Jay-Z don't pop up at any of Puff parties. You know, now I can only speak up until 2012. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was breaking his neck. Like, at the end of the day, in our mind, we say, yo, he ain't even invite Puff to his wedding. When he married Beyoncé, Steve Stout and all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And Puff was kind of in his feelings, but once again.
Oh, Puff was upset he didn't get invited to the wedding?
Of course he was. You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, we're security, so we're bottom on a tote pole. So he's not going to show you that it really affects him until you have a little conversation with him, or you say something, or you overhear something. But he didn't get invited to that, you know. Yeah, Jay came through every once in a while. Like if we was in a yacht in San Tropez or one of these places like that, Jay might ride up, you know what I'm saying? And it's more or less to show, yeah, I got a yacht too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm out here too. More or less than we're tight friends. I look at it as two people that's getting money because they did have some businesses together and we did have to go to some meetings together, and it was like, this is how far it goes, but we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like people ask me that all the time. I be like, Jay ain't really with Puff. It was no personal into it. It would be like if Ron Burgos is flying from LA on his jet, but Jay-Z just so happens to be going to New York too. We all end up on
And survivors are finally finding the confidence and support to speak up, and the atmosphere is changing. Jay-Z may have thought that this would remain a secret forever, but 2025 is proving to be a year where secrets are revealed. People are no longer hesitant to hold influential people accountable, and the old rules no longer apply.
So many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them. And sometimes it only take a little search, you know, go search. And if it's wrong.
Let's go back to the start. Jay-Z was still making an effort to make his mark in the music industry in 1992. Rymir's mother, Wanda, claims that she met him for the first time in Philadelphia. She says they spent time together after he took her to his aunt's house in Brooklyn. He returned to see her around 2 weeks later, but he disappeared without a trace.
My own kids to take care of, so it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, Jay-Z, give me your money, or I'm coming at the Jay-Z for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything I work for everything. Next is I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them, and sometimes it only take a little search. You know, go search, and if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as the other person. I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, you know, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids to just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate Jay-Z. You know, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case. Like me, my mom, my godmom, we didn't seen the worst. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name like you want Jay-Z money, and I hear it all. I'm going to fight until I'm not here no more, and it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50. Maybe I'll take this to the grave with me, but everybody can say I fought this.
Yeah.
He's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident. Just by accident. It's just a coincidence that this man looks like he could be your Irish twin. Are you kidding?
Dr. Lily Coley disclosed even more unsettling information regarding Wanda's story. She added that Wanda met Jay-Z, who at the time went by his street handle Rock, in a neighborhood that was notorious for its high drug use. Jay-Z was reportedly one among the local dealers there. Wanda had no method of contacting him when she discovered she was expecting. With little choice, she put Robert Graves, her then boyfriend, as the father on the birth certificate.
I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Croakey. I was there, I was present, I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was.
After a DNA test revealed that Robert Graves was not Rymir's real father in 2011, he was formally struck from the child's birth certificate. The choices were very obvious, given that Wanda had only dated Robert and Jay-Z over that period. When Rymir made the decision to go to court, he filed a paternity case in 2010. However, chaos reigned from the beginning. He has asserted that Jay-Z's legal team has been abusing the system by allegedly buying off judges and attorneys to delay or end the lawsuit. The way the case has been revolving also raises some questions. It has been shuffled between courts, refiled, rejected, and delayed more times than anyone can remember. Jay-Z's lawyers even attempted to claim that since he didn't own any property in New Jersey, he couldn't be forced to submit to a DNA test there. Rymir, however, arrived with invoices proving that Jay-Z did, in fact, own real estate in the state at the time.
She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. well into his 20s, allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist and whatever. You know, to be a billionaire that can't get a loan is one thing. But to be a broke billionaire and a deadbeat dad, that's something different.
Yeah. You know, even Solange's son, the Daniel kid, he says he doesn't have a great relationship with Beyoncé, Jay-Z. What do you feel someone coming out saying, hey, Jay-Z's my father? What does that person want from a hoe if he's saying he does not care?
To prove that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement for him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar?
But my thing is this, like, this is how easy it is. First of all, kids come before everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're going to have problems with your kids sometimes, but if you got $1 billion, if you got $10 million, we go, listen, young boy, I don't want the world to know nothing about this because my image, here goes some money, I'm going to take care of you. Nobody's going to say no. If you my son, I love you. I'm going to give you money. I just don't want nobody to know about this. It's easy to manage. The fact,
yeah, but that starts with extortion. That's the first step of extortion.
No, but
once you give someone some money, you are now an ATM.
So you saying someone, no, your son. Like, there's a difference between someone and your son that you made. Right or wrong?
Still a stranger, though. You don't know.
It don't matter, but if you made him, he's a stranger because of you.
Yeah.
He's a stranger because of you if you're a stranger. You know what I mean? So my thing is, if you my son, my thing is, I think a son is something all men want, a son.
Yeah.
And once you have a son, you don't care. Even if he was 40 and you just met him, he's your son. You be like, yo, especially if you got the means to just do whatever you want. That's the thing I think a regular person like me don't understand.
And that's the current situation. 50 Cent is now investing actual money in what could turn out to be the most explosive scandal in hip-hop history, rather than just making jokes. With Rymir Carter refusing to let this go and the court finally taking action, Jay-Z might be at a loss on what to do. The deadline of July 18th is rapidly approaching, and everyone is watching him. Will he make the decision to take the DNA test at last, or will he try to delay things once more? In any event, 50 Cent isn't going to stop anytime soon. He will continue to put Jay-Z through as much agony as possible. This story is only getting more intense, so please share your thoughts in the comments section and remember to subscribe.